Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. We are going to be looking at the latest beauty launches in skincare, hair care, makeup, maybe if there's something that feels applicable from a skincare sense, or if it's just something that I'm super excited about that I want to bring up. We will talk about that as well, and I'm going to let you know my thoughts on whether or not I plan to purchase it, or if it's something that I would completely pass on altogether after digging into all of the ingredients, and of course taking a look at what the brand has to actually say about the product and what the benefits are. And you got, you know the basics, but like one step further, because I looked up all of the ingredients in every single one of these products, because I'm crazy like that. Before we jump into it, a few favors I have to ask. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, click on that notification bell, and drop a comment below letting me know if there is a recent beauty launch that you have tried that you really loved, or that you are really excited to try, because then I'm going to need to look into that for obvious reasons. Instagram and TikTok handles are right here, and everything that you could need from me is going to be in the description box below. Timestamps, links, discount codes, my Lightroom preset filters for editing Instagram photos, merch. That's a bit. I was gonna say about it, a bit. I made up a new word. All right, let's jump into it. All right, let's start off with skincare new launches first. So there are a couple lip masks here that I actually tried and hated. So I want to warn you guys and let you know that I do not recommend them. I wouldn't purchase them. If you follow me on Instagram, then you saw that I am obsessing over lip masks and oils and treatments right now. I asked you guys if you wanted a video on that, and I was actually shocked. I thought it was going to be like 60% yes, 99% of you said yes. So if you want a video on that, let me know below. Maybe my Instagram followers just have a love for that more than here, but I can definitely do a video. Anyway, back to this. The two that I have tried. Number one, the Laneige. Is that how you pronounce that brand? I've literally never heard it said out loud. The Laneige Lip Treatment Balm, excuse me. No. No. First of all, the smell is kiddish. Like, it just smells cheap, which makes me feel bad. I mean, you guys, you know I love affordable skincare, so that's not to knock affordable brands, but you know what I mean when a fragrance just smells cheap, a little too sugary, a little too sweet, smells super artificial. That's what this smells like. So right off the bat, I was like, oh, I don't know about this, because I'm really picky about smells, but the formula itself was so unimpressive to me. Sure, at first it felt nice, but I felt like within 30 minutes to an hour, I was desperately needing to reach for my Vaseline. It just does not provide me with long-term conditioning to the lips. So not worth the money in my opinion. And then the other one that I was so excited to try is the CosRx Sleep Ceramide Lip Butter Sleep Mask. Does that not sound delicious? Like, oh my gosh. This was the grainiest, most textured lip mask I have ever tried. It was so unpleasant to put on. I was expecting something buttery, like they said, and it was not that at all. It literally had little granules in it. So maybe I just happened to get a bad one. I don't know that that would happen though. I feel like that's just kind of the formula. So, I mean, it could be used as like a scrub. Really, like, it's called a mask, come on. I wouldn't recommend that. Next up is Burt's Bees. So they have several new launches. They have something called a Goodness Glows Miracle Balm that sounded delicious, a facial cleansing oil. They have this whole range called Truly Glowing, where they have serums and cleansers and moisturizers, and I was really excited to dig into them until I realized that almost every single one of them has fragrance and essential oils added to it, which is just such a bummer because my skin is too sensitive to risk those things. I don't do it. When I have options readily available to me that are fragrance and essential oil free that don't irritate my skin, I'm just gonna pick that so that I don't, again, have to take the risk. So pass on all of those for me. The product that I was most interested in actually was their facial cleansing oil, because I have been ready to dip my toes back into the cleansing oil world. I feel like I've tried so many that have really turned me off from cleansing oils in general, but I've been wanting to try again because I love the softness that you can get with a cleansing oil. So I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm gonna pick this up. But I was very thrown off to see that it has coconut oil in it. I feel like brands don't do that anymore because it's notorious for being comedogenic. Obviously, I say this all the time, the sum of the ingredients is what's most important as to whether or not a product is going to cause you to break out. Just because something causes me to break out doesn't mean it will cause you to break out, but still, like, that is just one of those ingredients where people Typically steer clear because it can really clog pores. Obviously, in a cleansing oil, if you're using that to remove makeup, you're not even using that to really cleanse the skin, and it's not being left on the face. So that is going to be a much safer option for that sort of ingredient to be in a formula than in something like a moisturizer that you leave on. But still, I was like, I feel like my skin would 100% break out. I'm just so acne prone. So that I decided to pass on for that reason. The other multi-product brand launch that really caught my eye was IT Cosmetics. So they came out with 4 different serums, one that has glycolic acid, one that has niacinamide, one that has vitamin C, and one that has hyaluronic acid. They all retail for $29 and you only get an ounce of product, so definitely not something affordable. And when we already have amazing serums with ingredients like that from the Inkey List, The Ordinary, at a much more affordable price, I'm immediately like, it's just, those are one of those things that unless the ingredient set seems to be truly amazing, or if there's one of those products from those brands that I don't enjoy as far as the formula, unless one of those things is going on, I just don't want to spend $30 on something like that. I mean, you guys know there are some serums that I will spend on, like the Dermatology Needleless Serum, so worth it for me. These I was kind of let down by, I have to say. So the glycolic acid serum has 10% glycolic acid, nice amount of that ingredient. It's fragrance and essential oil free, which you definitely do not find in all IT Cosmetics products, so that was really exciting. Something that may throw some people off is the fact that denatured alcohol is the 4th ingredient. I personally am not too concerned about that. That's definitely something that can help to enhance the penetration of that glycolic acid so that you see more effective results. But if you have super dry skin, that just may be something paired with that glycolic acid that is a little bit too irritating or drying for you. So what I was really hoping to see here that I do feel that we're missing out on are ingredients to help to offset the potentially drying or irritating effects of those ingredients, because glycolic acid by itself can be irritating. So that's where we really don't have anything in that department going on. This has aloe and hyaluronic acid to help to hydrate, which is great, but really nothing else to help to calm and soothe the skin, protect the skin. So for me, it's like for $30 pretty much feels like a pass. Their niacinamide serum has 4% niacinamide. I mean, that could be a benefit if you're somebody that is irritated by 10% niacinamide serums. So I don't hate that it's a lower amount of niacinamide, but that has added fragrance, so that is a pass for me. Their vitamin C serum has 15% ascorbic acid, which is a good concentration of vitamin C. Also has denatured alcohol, so same kind of thoughts there for this type of product. It does have vitamin E added, which can help to stabilize the ascorbic acid, but no ferulic acid, which I feel like is just, at this point, the gold standard for an ascorbic acid serum. That is an ingredient that is definitely unstable, and it's notorious for being unstable. So how we can help to stabilize that ingredient and prevent that oxidization, to prevent that ingredient from oxidizing. Why do I make myself sound so unintelligent sometimes? I cannot. So the fact that we don't have that added when I have a timeless skincare serum that has 20% ascorbic acid with vitamin E and ferulic acid, or my dermatology vitamin C serum with 15% ascorbic acid, other amazing ingredients, vitamin E and ferulic acid, I'm like, what's the draw? You know, I'll just stick to those and pass on this one. And then their hyaluronic acid serum, 1.5% hyaluronic acid, it has panthenol and a peptide, but I just don't feel that impressed. Like, I'll just stick to my Inkey List hyaluronic acid. It's cheaper. That one also has a peptide, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. All in all, while I do not hate this launch, it just kind of feels like a miss for them. I don't know, you guys. I feel like there's such better options at cheaper price points. Geek and Gorgeous has really amazing exfoliants for cheaper, and this was just kind of a launch that I feel confused by from them, because even though a lot of their other products do have added fragrances and essential oils, they have so many other incredible ingredients that I was kind of expecting to see that translate here as well. So to see it not do that, I'm like, I don't get it. Moving on. All right, let's move on to hair launches next. There definitely are some exciting ones that I want to talk to you guys about. So why did I say that like that? Exciting. First up is a hair mask from the brand Day. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Probably not. It's called their Monsoon Moisture Mask. I've actually never tried anything from this brand at this point in time, but this is something that I really want to try. So it has 8 ounces of product, retails for $28, so it feels like a really fair price point. The formula looks amazing. You guys know I love a thick, creamy, moisturizing mask, and it looks to be just that. But the ingredients also look amazing. You guys know I need both of those things to make a purchase. So this has coconut oil in it, which is such a great ingredient for the hair. There are so many different benefits, and despite the rumors about it actually being bad for the hair, it's a good ingredient. And I have a whole video talking about it that I will list below if you would like to know more there. It has so many other conditioning oils, things like meadow foam seed oil, cacao seed butter, grapeseed oil, shea butter, cactus oil, and just other goodies that can help to strengthen damaged hair that I've talked about in previous videos, like quaternary ammonium compounds and modified silicones. And that's honestly not even all there is to this. There are other ingredients that are great as well. So 10 out of 10, would buy, will buy this. Next up is a new launch from Living Proof that I was not expecting to see. So they have created an advanced version of their original Perfect Hair Day dry shampoo. This is called their Perfect Hair Day Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo. This is $30, not cheap for a dry shampoo, a little bit more expensive than their original actually. And what it says is that it's an advanced dry shampoo that removes oil, sweat, and odor from the hair while adding softness and shine for that fresh out of the shower look and feel. Okay, I didn't realize that dry shampoo could be advanced, but noted. This to me is like them inadvertently saying that their original formula needs to be improved, you know? So I was like, oh, okay, surprised to see that. They do actually have a chart where they compare the new formula to the original, and a few of the things that they say are different between the two is that this new one has a milder scent and just a different scent, that it will provide conditioning benefits. The original is not supposed to do that. It says it will balance sebum levels, leave no visible residue, refresh the scalp, and provide pollution protection. Some of those things I'm like, gimmicky, I wouldn't buy into that. This makes me really want to try it to see what their hype is all about. Not that there's hype for this yet because it's brand new, but just the way that they talk about it, I'm like, okay, I gotta try. But I feel like I should clarify that I don't want to try this because I think it's going to condition the hair. I don't recommend the use of aerosols for conditioning. You know, there's other things that I think do a much better job at that, like oils and serums, leave-in lotions and creams. This is not what I would rely on, but I want to see if it works even better than the original. So I'm gonna have to purchase for that reason. I'll report back. Okay, next is a product that I was really just intrigued by. I wanted to see what was actually going on here. It's a Sephora hair serum, and they call it a strengthening hair serum. So I was like, all right, let's dig in, let's see. It has 1.69 ounces of product in it, and it's $18. So this says that it's a hair serum enriched with biotin and plant-based proteins to nourish and strengthen the hair. So first of all, it has one protein, which is vegetable protein. So that can absolutely help to strengthen the hair, but that was the only protein, so I was kind of confused by that because I thought this was maybe going to have more going on, be more of a protein treatment, since that's the way that they described it, and they actually used proteins, plural. It does have arginine, which is an amino acid, so maybe that's where they're trying to just throw that in with proteins, but those ingredients don't behave the same way on the hair. It is a good ingredient for the hair though. Aside from that though, there's essentially nothing else in this or to this aside from biotin, and while it's true that it's been shown that for certain individuals, a biotin deficiency can ultimately contribute to hair loss, there's really no definitive research at all to prove that topically applying biotin to the scalp or to the hair will do anything for hair growth. So I just wanted to make sure that I was clarifying that. This is a pass for me. It really does feel gimmicky. I would say get your proteins in from something else, like the Inky List protein spray. It's not called the protein spray, but what's that called? PCA bond repair spray. I actually just have it sitting right over there. I didn't think of that off the top of my head, but that has proteins, amino acids as well, other really, really great ingredients. And that's something that I would pick over this any day. And last, there's two hair care launches that are from the same brand. This is a well-established skincare brand that has now entered into the hair care space, and that brand is First Aid Beauty. I have to say, I was not anticipating that. So they have two different medicated hair care products here. The first is an anti-dandruff shampoo with 1% zinc, great ingredient to help with flakes and dandruff. They also have other really nice ingredients in the shampoo, like colloidal oatmeal to help to calm and soothe, coconut oil, again, amazing for the hair, tons of fruit extracts like apple, mango, melon, peach, raspberry. This also has green tea and licorice root, which can be calming and soothing, hydrolyzed silk to help to strengthen. So really, really, really nice ingredient set here. The only thing that I was a little bit iffy on is that on top of those non-fragrant Fruit extracts. There's also a lot of other fruit extracts in this that are fragrant. They're volatile essential oils like orange peel, grapefruit, lavender, peppermint. I don't personally have an issue with fragrance or essential oils added to hair care products at all, but if you're somebody that has a scalp condition that causes the dandruff and the flakes, and it's not just general flakes from product buildup, this is just something that I would be really careful with, because if you have broken skin, those ingredients could really trigger irritation and worsen the problem for you. So of course, always confirm with your dermatologist whether or not this is something that they would recommend. So I don't know, it's like a yes and a no. I do really like the fact that this has some really awesome ingredients in it, because I feel like there's a lot of anti-dandruff shampoos out there that have zinc and just incredibly drying formulas for the hair itself alongside it. So this has potential for sure. And their other product is also an anti-dandruff product. This is a scalp serum with 2% salicylic acid, so another great ingredient for flakes and dandruff, and it pretty much has all of the same ingredient highlights as the shampoo. Not every single one, but a lot of them, but also does have those fragrant essential oils. So again, pros and cons here. I personally would opt for the Inculus salicylic acid treatment instead if you're looking for something like this, because that one is fragrance and essential oil free, so I think just less likely to cause irritation. Unless you know that that's not something that is going to be bothersome to you, then I think that this is a great option. Okay, last for makeup. There's just two products that I wanted to talk about. They're actually both bronzing products. The first is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Bronzers. I know that people have been talking about this new launch for a while. This is something that I really want to try, because it looks like it could be similar to a NARS cream bronzer that I tried that I did not realize had fragrances added to it, and it ended up making me get some nasty texture as a result. My skin was like, you thought, try again. So thankfully this is fragrance and essential oil free, and I'm going to pick it up for that reason. It has really good reviews already, but I just have been on the lookout for the perfect cream bronzer. I want something that is really buildable and blendable, gives you that just kind of natural glow to the skin, kind of powders out a little bit, like a little bit of a cream to powder without looking powdery or cakey on the skin. It's definitely difficult to find. I know that everybody raves about the Chanel cream bronzer, what is it, like the Sol de Chanel, but I'd rather have something that's a little bit more affordably priced than that. I'm sure that one is fragranced as well. So I'm gonna buy it. Have any of you guys tried it? Please let me know. And the last launch that I 100% wanted to try was the Benefit Contourist Bronze and Contour Palette. And I laugh while I say that because I was like, add to cart, must buy, send a picture to my sister who's really into makeup. And she was like, why are you sending me that? I'm like, because I'm so excited about it. She was like, what? Everyone's talking about how stupid that launch is, and that that's really only something that you would get use out of if you were a makeup artist. But my thought process was, if you are a pasty individual like myself who loves a nice deep self-tan like myself, and you fluctuate between being pasty and being self-tanned, something like this could be amazing, because not only do you have options right there, but then you can actually mix the different shades in the pans to get more of a custom result. I personally wouldn't be able to use Hula Toasted ever on my face, but I was like, I'll use that as a brown a brown winged liner, because I have pretty much been exclusively using eyeshadow for winged liner for months. So I was like, perfect, oh my gosh. Well, it only has 3 reviews on Sephora, but 2 of them say that they are not the same. They're not the same as their original formula, which makes me so sad. I'm like, why would you change that but have the same name? What the heck? You can't do that, especially when you're such an established brand like Benefit with these bronzers, which people are obsessed with. I don't know if I will. Ah, dang it. All right, you guys, those are all the new products launches that I wanted to talk through, which means that we have made it to the end of this video. I will make sure to have everything listed in my description box below if you want to pick anything up after watching this. The only requirement is that you have to let me know which product that is. Of course, is there a launch you're super excited about? Is there something you're really bummed about, confused about, maybe like I was? Let's all chat these launches in the comments below. And again, as always, if there's anything that you've tried recently that you think I need to get my hands on, let a girl know. If you enjoyed this video, you know the drill. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, click on that notification bell and send my channel to a friend. Thanks so much for doing all of those things, really helps to support me. Stay tuned for my next video because that will be up in a few days, but until then, I hope you have a great few days.